All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. We are here to focus on the men of Plexus. And I know we talk a lot about Pink Drink, but Pink Drink is not the only thing that Plexus has. And there's many other benefits that men are appreciating. And I wanted to share. My husband here is going to talk in a minute, and Greg is also on here, and he's going to share a little bit about his testimony, and then I'm going to talk about active. So, Greg, why don't you tell us a little bit about what products you started with, how long ago it was, and what your typical routine was, and the benefits that you saw.
Great. Yeah, so I first tried it out. I believe the date was February 7th of 2018. And I messaged Jill, who was my ambassador. And it was a simple message. And it was just, is Plexus for guys too? And she's like, absolutely. I was like, okay, good. At that point, so just prior to that, November, December, I had hit my highest weight in my entire life, just over 240 pounds. And had seen an orthopedist who told me that I'm too young for knee replacements. I've had 5 knee surgeries, 2 on my left, 3 on my right. And so exercising was a struggle. So how do you lose weight and exercise, all of it, right? It was a mess. So that's why I reached out and I tried everything. 20 years I've tried, right? Up and down. And so I started on the triplex at the time, was the microbiome. The Hunger Control Slim wasn't out yet, and had some good success actually in the first month or so, reordered it in March, and basically quit. You hear the classic story, right? I'm a Plexus quitter. I'm like so many others. I did completely quit. And I'm on a school teacher in the school district. And so months went by and summer came around and I wanted to hang out at the pool and I was just unhappy. And I was like, darn it, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to. And so I started back up again. And the Hunger Control Slim came out, which was great. I needed the fiber in my diet for medical reasons. So that helped. And I committed to finally, I was doing it. I got into the routine, was doing it daily. And everyone who does this knows like that is certainly the key is doing it on a regular basis. And Jill then challenged me to get fit, right? Like, okay, what else are you doing? Are you exercising at all? Are you trying? And I just said, I can't, my knees hurt. I just can't do it. And so she shared with me Ease, the capsules. And I was like, fine, like I'll try it. And I was on 4 to 8 ibuprofen a day, and I started Ease, and I haven't taken ibuprofen since. And I started getting active. And once, you get into that routine, it all snowballs and you start to have some success. And I think that's everybody who's stuck with this has that story of at some point though, it turns over and you're like, this is working. And for me, it was last summer. It was last July, almost exactly just short of a year ago. And that was when I first became an ambassador. And truth be told, and I've had decent success now sharing with other people over the past year, but I signed up literally as an ambassador to get the better prices, 100%. I had no intention of ever talking about it to anyone, but I was fully committed to using it. And so I wanted the membership pricing. I wanted that. And so August rolls around last year and I'm still having success. And now at this point, I'm down like 20 pounds and feeling fantastic. And had a conversation with a close friend of mine, just on the cuff. We went out to dinner, a group of us, and she said, hey, Skinny, what's going on? And I was like, huh? Right? That's great. So I told her, I was like, well, I've been doing this Plexus and, it's working and I've been able to get exercising again. Blah, blah, blah. And she says, I've been looking at different things and I've been looking at and, I'm thinking about it. So that weekend rolls around. Saturday, I sign up as the ambassador, coincidental timing. That just was when it happened. And Sunday, she's like, how do I get started on Plexus? And I was like, I have no idea. I didn't. I didn't know. I knew who my ambassador was. So anyhow, So she gets started, and that was kind of like, for me, that was kind of an aha moment of, I just was talking about it and I was feeling good about it. And so Jill, my ambassador, encouraged me to just post about it online. And I was extremely hesitant at first. And just because that's not, I was like, okay, but like, why? She's like, well, because you feel this great. Don't you want other people to have this experience? And that was like, she totally nailed my personality.
Yeah.
So I did. I shared, and for crying out loud, if people just weren't like messaging me all of a sudden, like, what are you doing? What is this? This is great. You look great. Blah, blah, blah. Right, all of it. So, I mean, it really kind of took off from there. And I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know, this whole quote business side of it, of being an ambassador and sharing and getting other people. I had no idea. So I relied on Jill, my ambassador, a ton to help me do that and figure out how to connect people, all the while still going on. And in September, they had it was, if you may remember, the Fall Fat Blaster Challenge. And it was lean and unsweetened coconut milk and slim, and take it all at the same time. And September 1st, I started that, fell in love with it. And I basically have doing at least one, if not two, lean shakes a day now. I absolutely love them. And the unsweetened coconut milk, I usually have 3 to 4 of those in my fridge at all times. And I got down, so at the end of summer, I lost like 30 pounds. Awesome. And it felt phenomenal. And of course, going into the winter, like all new clothes now, and like, oh my gosh, what has happened? And I didn't, and this is the thing for me, is I had to kind of get off the scale a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, we talk about a lot, like, don't look at the scale. Don't all of a sudden think about it, because I didn't really lose any more weight throughout the winter, but especially September, October, I did lose size. And I went down a size in my waist size, and shirts fit, they were looser and things like that. And, but the victory for me was I made it all winter. I made it through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, through all of those hard months, and I didn't gain any weight back. And I just kept with the triplex, the ease, and I was doing the lean and loving it. And my breakfast, not a what you would ordinarily call, say, a healthy breakfast eater. My breakfast was a couple of bagels or a couple of donuts, which the donuts, I mean, I love donuts. I love donuts, but at some point I had to make this decision that if I'm committing to these products to make me healthier, then I do have to make some decisions, and some tough decisions about, what do I eat? What do I really want? And in having all this great success and the weight loss and the keeping it off is totally worth it to me. I'm 46 going on 47. I feel like I am literally in the best shape of my life. And when MetaBurn came out in January, I tried it a little bit, was doing kind of one a day here and there. And when, I'm going to say it was like early April came around, when weather started to turn a little bit warmer, I knew summer was around the corner. I joined a new gym, Orange Theory Fitness, which I love. And I wanted to kind of increase my workouts. And so I went ahead and added, and I now do 2 MetaBurn a day, one in the morning and one around lunchtime. And if like, for crying out loud, if I didn't lose, I'm now down literally another 15 pounds since the beginning of April, which completely blew me away. And, I think for me, what I love is, and with the Balance, the new product that came out today, and an Active that came out 2 weeks ago, I think I love the fact that they are, that Plexus is releasing these new products that are so effective, and not rushing stuff out. I mean, we've talked about that, and we hear all the information. They're not rushing it, but like the MetaBurn, I mean, here I am, I'm down another 15 pounds. I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since 2008. And working out more than ever and loving it. And, and I think for me, the best part of it is I feel so great, and I'm really loving sharing it with others and talking with other people now. I never, even now, a year in, I don't consider myself as someone who quote unquote sells Plexus.
Right.
Because that's, to me, if you try it, to me, it sells itself, and that it sold me on that. And so I just like to share it and connect other people. And I really, for me, the biggest thing is I want to share this experience.
Right.
As far as being a guy, and again, I'll go back to my first question, is Plexus for guys too? Because I just saw, like you said, the pink drink and things that seemed, feminine in nature. And I didn't care. I didn't care. I was overweight. I was 240 some pounds. I was clinically obese. And I like I said, I've been looking for something for 20 years, and I found it. And I don't care if it's pink. I'll drink it. I drink pink lemonade, right? I love it. And so for me, it's helped me lose the weight at 46 that I keep it off that I hadn't been able to. And that's, I think, what is the most amazing thing about it for me, Kristen.
Yeah. And at 46, a lot of people, start feeling like their metabolism is slowing down. Things like your knees and other body parts are starting to hurt more. So it's harder to work out. But you are proving that if you get the right nutrients into your body, that you can heal those and feel better at 46 than you did in your 30s.
Absolutely.
Your ease, were you taking 2 a.m. at 2 p.m, or how did you?
So the very first month in July, and it was great advice, was I did 6 a day.
6 a day.
I did, so a lot of front loading, so to speak. But that, I think, was hugely important for me because, just frankly, like I said, I'm still biding time until my knees get replaced. It will happen eventually. That cannot be fixed at the moment. And, but that really, really helped me. And they stopped swelling up. I didn't have the after workout aches and pains that I'd had. And instead of just masking it with ibuprofen or whatever, it was no longer there. And that I will say ease is still probably hands down, because of my situation. It is probably my favorite product because to me, it is what really turned the corner for me and allowed me to feel like I could literally be active again.
Right. And what's awesome is Ease has turmeric in it.
Yes.
Turmeric, which in the new active.
Yep.
So, Justin's going to talk a little bit about that because he has back issues. A lot of back issues. So you want to talk about your experience with active, and the turmeric in it has really helped him, not just energy, like other things are helping him because of that. So
yeah, you mentioned, Greg, that you had a lot of pain, didn't want to move. I'm in that same boat. I had back surgery back in 2000, and I've struggled with it for a long time. It affects my weight. It also affects circulation and those kind of things because I don't want to move. And so, I've kind of looked for different things to help me. And like you, I've chosen ibuprofen as the recovery drug of choice, I guess you could say. But it didn't help me be more motivated. And as I've started taking the active, I get up about 6 a.m, start my day, and I drink the active, and I power through. Sometimes I don't even take lunch because I've just got enough energy. I don't feel hungry, and I'm just kind of doing my thing. And the biggest thing is I'm not feeling a lot of pain. So I want to be more active. This past weekend, I actually did a ton of work outside in the yard, which I don't do because it hurts. It hurts. So I'm really liking this, and I've taken Ease as well today. I think I've taken like 3, and I feel really good.
I think combined with that. So I only was able to snag one bag of active at convention. We waited too long. So came home with only 14 sticks of active, and yeah, I think I only got 3 of them because he would arm wrestle me. I mean, once he had that first one, he felt better. And I've been with taking Plexus for 2.5 years. He's taken some of the products off and on through that time, but not consistently.
Yeah.
So when he was begging me for this stuff and wanting it every single day and fighting me over it, I was like, wow, that's really helping him.
4 days or something like that where
we were out.
And I could tell a big difference. I mean, my activity level and my desire to want to move just kind of went down. And it was mostly because I'm starting to have more pain again, joint pain in my knees and especially my back. And so when I saw her get the shipment in of active, I'm like, okay, here's yours and the rest is mine.
I'm not allowed to do not very many samples.
Yeah, and the fact that it's not pink,
yeah.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but carrying around a pink drink in sort of a work environment is probably not ideal. You're going to get a little bit of grief. And so instead, this is mango, so it's orange. And
yes, so this is peach mango. It's yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow gold.
Yeah, yellow gold. And so then when you've got it in a clear bottle, it's like, what is that? I'm like, this is my, whatever. It's my.
And he works with programmers, and he teaches people how to code. And that is a very, I guess you would say, a demographic and a community that it thrives on Red Bull and Monster and all kinds of things, because they get working on projects and stuff and are up all hours of the night. So this is going to be.
I've been trying to get some people to try it, and just like you, Greg. As soon as you try it, I don't have to sell you. You're gonna feel the improvements, and I know I've listened to many of these. Believe me, I've listened to many of these kind of things like this, and I've been skeptical. So I've been a little skeptical Joe over there in the corner thinking, saying, come on, they're just saying this. But I really do believe in this active because it's helped.
Right, and there's ingredients that also help with focus and mental clarity. Can you tell a difference in that?
I didn't have the problem with it.
Sure.
Hey, Kristen.
Yeah.
And we talked about this, before tonight, that when Active first came out, and talking about calling an energy drink. And so I really wanted to find, energy drinkers. And I have a 25-year-old son.
Yeah.
So I met him. I texted him and said, hey, you do energy drinks, right? And he's like, yeah, and he supposedly did the healthier ones that just came out. And I said, tell you what, when I get back from out of town, will you try this? Will you do 2 weeks and you'll give up your energy drink and I'll give you this. And I want you to do 2 weeks of it and let me know. He's like, sure, Dad. Right. I mean, that's cool. So he started and checked in. He's like, this is good. And that was a Monday he started. On Friday, he said, this is great. I've been taking 1 a day and not 2 to 3 energy drinks. And I've noticed, he literally tells me that I haven't had those crashes. I'm not crashing throughout the day, and I'm getting it, and I feel great. And let's get more. So, and that, what I loved was, for me, I'm not an energy drinker, never have been. Coffee's my strongest thing.
Yeah.
But here's somebody, a 25-year-old guy drinking 2 to 3 energy drinks a day, who is now switched over to active. Like, that to me is huge.
Yes.
So you don't have to be in your 40s to take advantage of it. What you're saying.
Right.
Exactly.
And there's enough antioxidants in this too, and tons of vitamins. So there's tart cherry, there's kale, there's blueberries, there's broccoli. You're drinking all of that and you don't even taste it. It's not a nasty green drink. That helps with your nitric oxide, which active is increasing your nitric oxide by 175%. That is going to help. I've been studying a little bit more about this. That's going to help open up your blood vessels, because he has a little bit of neuropathy kind of stuff going on from the compression in his spine down on his legs. And he says he could feel that opening up. And I was like, why is that with active? But it's the nitric oxide. So it's not killing your heart like most of the other energy drinks are. It's actually helping open up those blood vessels. And then the turmeric is helping reduce inflammation. And you're getting vitamins and all kinds of, it's only 25 calories. It's less, $1.78 a stick. So I have taken many pictures lately of how much the energy, the 5-hour energy, the Monster, the Red Bull, the Bang, and all that, almost all of them are over $2.50, $3, $4 a piece.
So it's a cost savings too.
It's a cost savings. It's healthy. You're going to feel it right away. You're not going to have the crash, and it's not full of, there's some other, other businesses that are also selling energy drinks that are supposed to be healthy that may use hidden sugars like sucralose or aspartame, and those things are not good for you. So this has no junk, no gluten. It's non-GMO, all that good stuff. But we'll quickly wrap this up, but I just wanted you all to hear from two men who are enjoying different parts of Plexus, and they also still drink their pink drink. You can combine the active with your slim too and get the double benefits, especially with the hunger control.
Okay.
Yeah, you can mix it in it.
True story. It works.
True story. And it tastes like you should be on the beach.
Well, I want to try this.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fruit punch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I want to try the lean stuff that you mentioned. That I've tried it before, but what you just mentioned, I'm like, whoa.
The coconut milk, the vanilla.
Yeah.
Do you do the vanilla way?
Either one.
Oh, you
And actually, any of the three I love. Vanilla is my favorite. Mixes well with anything.
Yeah.
And it tastes like a vanilla milkshake if you have it by yourself. But I've told people recently I mix it, do the unsweetened coconut milk, and I'll pour my slim in it in a single shaker cup. And it's so convenient. I'm out the door. Gives it a nice little twist on the taste. Boom. Gone.
I mixed mine up at the pool the other day,
Perfect.
because it's good in water, which is,
It is.
I hated shakes before.
Well, how it mixes with water, I don't even get it.
I know, it's so smooth and it tastes good. Chocolate and vanilla in water only.
Well, if it's as good as the active stuff, then I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Right. Go for it.
Thank you so much, Greg, for sharing. And I'm sure both of these guys would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And we just appreciate you tuning in. Have a good night, Greg.
Good night.